Welcome to the Discover Montcalm Podcast, where we're going to take a look at the communities, the businesses, the attractions, and the people that make up Montcalm County. Here is your podcast host, Duane.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Discover Montcalm Podcast, where we're taking a look at the communities, the businesses, the attractions, and the people. Today, we are going to talk about the Montcalm County 4-H program. This past week, I was out driving around getting some photographs from around the county to put on our social media pages, and I came across a sign that says Montcalm County Fair. And I'm like, oh, that's right, that's happening. So I turned the car around. Next thing you know, I'm in Greenville. I'm at the fairgrounds, and I'm talking to some people. The next thing you know, we got a golf cart, and we're going around, and we are interviewing some parents, and we're also interviewing a bunch of kids about their involvement in 4-H. Hello, my name's Duane. I'm the host and producer of the show, and I want to welcome you to Discover Montcalm Podcast, where you can find us at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. Click on all the episodes there. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast. So let's begin by learning a little bit more about 4-H, and let's start with, what do the 4 H's stand for?
The 4 H's stand for head, heart, hands, and health. And so you're seeing part of this here with the animals. The kids are displaying their animals and their work that they worked on all year. And there's other still exhibits that are up in the main building that are like photography and cooking and woodworking and crafts and that sort of stuff. And this is just their showcase.
Yeah, I grew up doing 4-H, and I took a lot out of it, and I want to keep that going.
Gives them leadership. It teaches them life skills that they can't really get from other types of things, right? Because you've got your planning factor, you're setting goals, you've got long-term, short-term, like there's a whole slew of things that kind of go into it. And so secretly behind the scenes, they're learning all of these things without even knowing that they're learning all of these things. And it's not just about animals, like it's still exhibit projects, it's science, it's math, it's sewing, there's so much more involved with it.
What's involved with showing the goats? What do you have to do to train? Do you train the goats? What are you trying to do when you show them?
I have to kind of train him how to walk and not to just stop and start eating while training.
Whenever I'm out trying to tell the story, the first thing I want to know is the why. Why does somebody do what they do? Well, today we're talking about the Montcalm County 4-H program. And we're at the Montcalm County Fair talking with a bunch of kids and adults that are part of the 4-H program. So the following is about, what do you like best about 4-H and why?
Probably showing my cows because they're the nicest animals here.
Training the animals and getting them ready for fair is my favorite part about it.
I basically like this program because it's fun and I can see everyone have a good time and show what they want to show. And I've learned over the years that talking and explaining things and paying attention is very important.
Showing my animals.
Do you get kind of an excitement out of it? Tell me about it.
I get excited if I do good, but I also get really nervous being in front of all those people and performing. But once you get settled into it, you like it then.
I've been doing this for several years as a leader, and so I've watched kids that are shy and reserved come out of their shell and be able to communicate and become leaders and not always followers. So it teaches them good leadership skills and hard work.
What I like about it is the thrill of competing. I absolutely love competing, and you build really good friendships through it as well.
One of the best things I like is hanging out with friends and being able to get my horse to do things that I really need her to do.
Just getting to really meet new people, and this is a time where you actually really get a bond with your animals.
I always grew up loving the fair. I'm Lisa Johnson's niece, so I have the same passion she does for the fair, just the kids in general, and
camaraderie, I guess, and joining together, meeting people from all different places.
Public speaking, like just the courage to be able to stand up and have to talk to other kids, like they're leading and guiding the younger kids in their club as they grow up as well. So yeah, it's just like a well-rounded things that they're being taught without even realizing they're being taught those things.
I like it because it teaches you a lot of responsibility, not just in yourself, but with the animals. Relying on the animal to respect you, but you also have to respect your animal. So a lot of respect, responsibility, how to like work through your stress, because Fair Week is a lot of stress, but 4-H is amazing. I'm so glad I started it. It was kind of like my brother started it, and then we all followed along, and then we all fell in love with it because animals are like the way to my heart. So.
Show the duck. What are you showing him?
Different parts of his body.
Different parts of his body? What are the parts of his body?
Head, feet, legs, wings, belly, back.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
This is my first year of like actually showing. Stop, Violet. And like, so not a clover bite. And I haven't showed yet, but it'll be fun.
Hanging out with all the animals, probably because I'm just an animal lover.
I like how, I like all the shows, or I meet new people, and how my sister brings her cow every year. I get to tell people about her. And then this year, she had a calf, so we got to bring her, and I get to care for my animals.
I told you there'd be some cuteness in this one. And for those of you that are listening, you got to go check out the YouTube video. You can find it at Discover Montcalm Podcast on YouTube. I'm going to take a small pause right now and thank our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to talk about one word that describes the Montcalm County 4-H program. We'll be back right after this. We'd like to thank our sponsors. West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions is your perfect choice for managed IT, website design, website hosting, and consulting services. WMTDS.com, 616-485-7600. Custom vinyl signs and Busy Bee Embroidery and Gifts is your one-stop shop for embroidery, vinyl, screen printing, and engraving needs. Go to cvsdbusybees.com or call 989-261-7446. And DW Video, your film and videotape specialist. They design websites and business videos that tell and share your story. dwvideo.com, 231-250-9624. Now, back to our podcast. Welcome back to the Discover Montcalm Podcast, where today we're talking about the Montcalm County 4-H program. I asked the parents and the kids if they could describe 4-H in one word, what would it be and why?
Fun.
Why?
Because we have rides and there's shows every day, all day, and you have so much stuff to do.
Exciting. Because we have fun. We have like a carnival, and we get events that we get to go to. Like we have Crash Bash, and then we have wrestlers that come.
Responsibility. Because you're responsible for these animals, for their well-being. You have to vaccinate them, you got to give them their wormer. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility when you're dealing with livestock.
It would be fun because it's really something people will enjoy and learn to hang out with their animals.
Teaches you responsibility.
I'd probably say fun, and that's a really basic answer, but probably because you get to do so many different kind of activities, and you get to meet a lot of new people, and there's a lot of competing, and it's just fun.
one word, hardworking. Yeah, because, I mean, fair also is like, you don't realize how much care you put into your animal in 1 week. Even though at home you're like, you'll go out once in a while, but fair week, you got to keep checking them and keep checking them. And it's hard work, it's tiring, but it's all worth it.
Exciting because you get to hang out with all your friends, you get to spend time with your animals, and there's water balloon fights and everything, so it's just exciting.
Fun.
Why?
Just because you get to hang out with friends, you get to meet new people, have fun, play around.
I'll go with community. I mean, I think 2020 kind of made people appreciate things a little bit better in a way. People that would help other people, and the fair, I believe, is all about people helping other people. So community, I would say, and in schools, there's always cliques, and here I think it's almost all one clique in a way, because everybody's here for the same thing, and they're all here for fun, and it's good, wholesome fun, and they have their animals, and yeah, so they are like a little community.
Fun.
Why?
Because 4-H is fun.
Fun. And because I like how I get to meet new people, and every year it's not too much or too less. It's like the perfect amount.
Family. Honestly, yes. I am blown away consistently at how much these people, everyone in this community just kind of works together, and they do what needs to be done. They help out everyone. It almost brings me to tears of how happy I am with this county. It's amazing, yeah, and I love it. So family would be what I would describe, yeah.
I had a couple more questions. What does 4-H teach? And how much do you get for that cow, that pig that you sell at 4-H? And where does the money go?
These people that have been in it for 10 years, and then we got people that are in there for 1 year. So you're teaching but also learning at the same time. So it's really nice to meet people that have experience, and also a way to show others how to show animals.
Do you remember what the most money you've raised on an animal?
I think last year I got 5 on my steer and 4 on my pigs.
And where does that money go?
My bank account for college.
Maybe 1,000, a little over 1,000.
And where does that money go? What do you do with that money?
And I'm using it for college or a trade school.
The marketing yourself is a big take out of 4-H, but it's also a lot like sports. You learn how to work with others to accomplish a goal. Like sometimes, I'm the pig leader, but my son does steers. So sometimes you get a steer that it's a little harder to work with. So you gotta talk to people, and you talk to your club members. Your club members are there to help each other, and it's a community. We come together. It teaches you that you don't always have to do things by yourself, but you can do as much research as you possibly can to accomplish things by yourself, but there's always backup.
To get more information about the 4-H program, you can contact the MSU Extension Office for Montcalm County in Stanton. It's 989-831-7500.
The Montcalm County Fair Association as a whole kind of partners with the 4-H program that MSU kind of puts on, and it's a very cohesive relationship in this county. But also just the simple fact that 4-H isn't just about animals. It's not just about fair. There's a whole program that goes on throughout the year. We provide a lot of different subjects, avenues. It's mostly just getting kids involved in things that's something bigger than themselves, and this fair association is gracious enough to allow the kids to show all of their projects that they've had throughout the year, and to be able to kind of show the community what they've been working on. So I think it's amazing, and it's a great relationship. And if anyone is interested in 4-H, there's Montcalm County 4-H extension page, and there's Facebook pages, the Montcalm County Fairgrounds. So
check us out.
Exactly. Check us out. Yes, come see us this week. Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is going to air next week.
Oh, that's okay.
This is going to be an overview.
Come see us last week.
I had to end that segment with that little bit of blooper because Sunny was talking to me right at the fair, and she was just getting the week started. And so I had to put that in because it happens in June every year. You'll have to check them out on Facebook, check them out on the web to find out exactly when it's going to happen next year. And remember, you don't have to just have animals to be part of the 4-H program. You know, if you're interested in cooking or photography, there are classes that you can enter and you can compete in those different categories. In closing, right before I went on to record this segment, I got a phone call from a gentleman who was asking me about the request I put out for farming. I wanted to get to know farmers. And his point was, with some of the controversy that's going on in the county right now, he wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to bring them in and do a bait and switch type of thing. And I want to let everybody know right here, right now, Discover Montcalm Podcast is about discovering Montcalm. I'm not going to go political, and I don't care if your views and my views differ. I'm not doing this for a political stance, and I'm not using it for that platform. I want to get to know the business people, the hardworking people that get up every morning and do things, whether they're in farming, in retail, have a restaurant, or an entrepreneur selling things out of their, garage for that fact, and just making a living and making an impact on this community. Or if somebody that's got some good history, or a village manager that wants to come on and talk about their community. That's what Discover Montcalm is about. So I thank the gentleman for reaching out and asking that question. And I just wanted to post it here that I'm not going political on this show. That's not my platform. That's not where I'm coming out to do this. My goal is to tell the East Side what the West Side is doing and everything in between. And on that note, remember to buy and shop locally. Thank you.
Connect and subscribe to Discover Montcalm Podcast at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast. To be featured in an upcoming show, contact Duane at 231-250-9624. Remember to subscribe at discovermontcalmpodcast.com.